Honestly, we were talking about needing to raise the stakes, and that's a prime example of the stakes being raised.
Uh-huh. Say hi.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Compliments Wrap-Up episode of the Dice and Minus for episode 73?
72.
That's fine.
You fucked Alex.
I even said it earlier in the episode.
For episode 72. Some clever editing, and that's fixed.
This is the angry face at Ian. This is me just staring Ian down on my computer screen.
You're gonna die.
The dragon specifically only hits Tepartos with water breath. Tepartos dies. The dragon becomes your friend. Everything's hunky-dory.
I'll take it.
That's how it goes.
That's a pretty fair trade.
Who wants to go first, friends? Who wants to do the first compliments?
Zach should go first since you wanted to last week and you got cut off and then had to go last. Okay. That's fair. I was just trying to present you a good option.
Go for it, Coda.
Okay.
Sorry, I was snacking. That's why.
For somebody else, I really like two things that stood out to me. It was Zach sending the messages. I thought that was kind of neat and interesting. Still pursuing the dragons and stuff. I thought it was really cool. And I also liked Illy's sending the messages that almost ended really badly. But it was super cool and really cute. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna go hit on this extremely murderous guy. You know, Illy just likes bad boys.
Illy, we gotta have a conversation about your taste in snen. That's snake men.
It's literally just because he is a snake man. That's the reason.
See, we
That's
gotta
fair.
take Illy down to the lizard swamp.
let her get a lovely marsh lizard girlfriend. Grim will be gone. But the best part is Yanti look like people. They just got cool snake eyes and like scaly bits. Which, to be fair, is hot.
Yeah.
I can respect it.
And also is like kind of also Illy.
Coda, what'd you do that's good?
This is the first time since Nightstone that I have felt bad for doing some Garagak shit. The first time being when I pulled a bell down in a church and destroyed the church. Which was also my first D&D move ever.
Oh, no.
And I was like, yep, I'm here. I just ruined everything. All right. Hi. Nice to meet you guys. Playing D&D.
It's okay. They rebuilt the church, I think.
Yeah. And then, this I was like, I want to see what my shiny new hammer does. It'll probably be better if I do it down here. Psych. Summon mythical dragon.
The deadpan psych is the funniest fucking thing. Just psych.
But I did it. Yeah. I don't know if it's good or bad. But it's something I did. Stay tuned.
You moved the plot.
We were just hanging out at the beach, and now there's one of the 10 killing water deep. So here we are. Yeah. And then I'll toss it to Zach.
Well, I was definitely gonna give it to Illy, but Coda at the end had to take the cake. Coda did a very 1000% Garagak move where less people. And he went there. And he threw a hammer.
The logic
And-
sound.
Yeah, like it is very Garagak.
This man doesn't understand water physics. He grew up
Nope.
by a river. It's fine.
He grew up to a bear. His mom was in bear form the entire time.
You can't
So-
convince me that Mama Bear doesn't have a PhD in theoretical physics.
I don't need to convince you that
She has a
doesn't, because she
theoretical
didn't-
PhD in theoretical physics.
She just didn't have a reason to apply it. a orc child. So, Coda, you fucking took it today. For me, I was very careful in how I was planning to initially get in contact with Coaxel. I deleted my messages about 10 times this last week, going through and trying to just cover the most broad subjects to grab his attention. And we'll see where it goes, because I've been rewriting about half a page worth of shit that I'm like trying to go over, but like shorten it with this dragon to where hopefully he doesn't kill us in the process of just talking, or me particularly. But so Rob, let's hear from you today. How you doing?
I'm fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Nothing's wrong.
No, not at all.
Intently staring at spell list.
I have been, yes. For other people, I want to give it to Dash. Because the long, hard role play with Olan and the discussion, and that was really nicely done. And I appreciated the story, and I'm almost scared to see where Lysander goes in the future.
Hey, same.
So thank you for that. And yeah, so that's where my compliment goes to. I'm excited but scared to see where that goes for Lysander. For myself, I had a shopping list before we started shopping, and I'm setting myself up to do some very fun and clever things in the future. And we'll give it to Ian.
All right. I think I also want to throw mine over to Dash today. I didn't get the chance to see the whole Dianthus interaction, but I know that you've always had sort of like Lysander's always been on the fence about like what is morality. And I thought that you had a really good sort of discussion about that and breakthrough on what Lysander views as that concept of right and wrong, good and bad, and just what it is that we're doing, and sort of this like existential nihilism that is so central to this character, especially that they have, been experiencing over and over again through learned experiences of like everything's fucked. What's the point? Is like very real and has been a very natural progression, and is like deeply disturbing for me to watch you fall into. Not necessarily you as Dash, but like to watch Lysander, and I'm just like, listening to it the whole time. It's like Estepartos, I'm like, oh no, I got my fucking 5-point plan, like just your therapy session right now. But I wasn't there, so I couldn't do any of that. And it was really fascinating to watch that from there. And I'm very interested to see where it goes from there. And I thought that was a lot of really solid and difficult character work to be doing. And it's causing me deep, deep concern.
Yeah, I didn't realize how horrifying it would be from the rest of the party's perspective, because Alex and I talked a little bit about it.
Yeah.
To just hear Lysander be like, what if I joined Xerxes? Because Lysander is powerful.
Yeah. I would not like that. But, and, coming on the flip side, even if I didn't necessarily do it today, I spent a lot of time thinking about those character ideals, moments. I'm like, what is the point? Because for myself, I've also, as a player, been struggling with like, reconciling like, what are we doing with the campaign versus also like the nature of D&D, which is, and especially the way that Alex plays D&D, which is just like fucking curveballs all the time. Just for the sake of kind of fucking with us. And as a player, that's fun and it's engaging and it's good to watch from an outside perspective, but it's all it's
Ian, stop fidgeting with your volume. You turned yourself way down.
I actually hit it and I was trying to slowly eke it back up. But it's super fucking in the head. And even though I think the compliment I want to give myself today is just like engaging. It's been a rough time lately, and I'm happy that I'm both here and thinking about the future of my character and how it relates to a lot of this as well. Because I'm sure this conflict will come up in the future, and I've already got all sorts of plans for how I plan on addressing it talking about it and making a case for it, if you will.
That's if Lysander even brings it up.
Very true. But odds are, like, some internal conflict will come again.
Yeah,
or,
a slip will happen in some way or another.
Yeah, or even if it doesn't, like Xerxes is going to come back up. People are going to be like, oh, your moral blah, blah, blah is bad or whatever it is. And even if it doesn't come up there, it's going to further the way in which I play what I do. I also thought that my moment with Illy was cute and I liked it. Speaking of which, Ileana, not Zach, I'm so sorry, Devin, if you wouldn't mind taking it away.
All the ones that I had are already given away. So I'm gonna.
That's the hard part of going later.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it to Alex tonight. I know we don't do it a lot for Alex, but I just like your commitment and like how you individualize each one of like your NPC characters. Like you do a really good job at like you'll remember the like events and everything. Maybe not always the voice, but you'll remember the characters and like you'll actually like grow and adapt with them as different things happen in the story. And you do such a good job at that with so many different characters that it's I don't know. I find that really impressive. And then for myself, the note to Grim and Rick and Kevin. I mean, it's been said, but yeah. There's not much else that Ilya did tonight. Still, though, that was something I was thinking about for a while. The timing never came up, but then when we were talking about Grim, I'm like, bet, it's happening. Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah, your name came up.
yeah.
So, anyway.
So let's popcorn it to Dash.
Yeah. I'm gonna give out a couple of compliments tonight because a lot of people did really good things. Ian, I love seeing playful Tepartos back. We've not had a lot of playful Tepartos lately. Like we did a little bit in the contest, but everything like the party's been hit with trauma to trauma to trauma to trauma, and Tepartos is someone who gets hit really hard and intimately with like when emotions are happening.
Mhm.
So being able to see playful joking Tepartos of like, I'm scared of heights, Illy hold my hand, to okay, centuries old dwarf pre-cataclysm. Here's a milfoy. They're tasty. It's just so very good. And so it's fun to see him be fun again. And I'm sure it was nice for you to play him fun again.
Yeah, I needed it.
Zach, the fucking 4D chess you played of like when Olan came and told Lysander, because he would, obviously. And like even just your tiny comment in the chat of like, that's exactly how I hoped it would play out. I was like, you bastard, man. But you did give him just the amount of information of like, oh, he's trying to contact the 10 again. Yeah, that's a thing that Tumult does. And it just implies, because you've not told us as players what you're planning on doing or what your thing is. And I gleaned nothing from the message you sent to Quoxel besides, hey, I want to talk to you more.
An important point of clarification. He's also not told me, the DM, what he plans on doing. So
he
I'm
will.
also
5D
rolling with the
chess.
punches as much as y'all are.
But
I
like,
mean, I'm working on it, but like I said, I have deleted this page worth of shit like 4 times. If I sent it to you, I would immediately send one like an hour and a half later, like, nah, fuck that entire first page.
he's still working out his plans, but he knows the groundwork he needs to lay.
I'm trying to think like Alex in the sense of
Oh, that's
what can I
scary.
say that's not going to get me killed. And with this that just happened,
We're
this
coming
page
for
just
you.
got deleted. Can't really talk about not fighting dragons because we're currently engaging one.
We could just leave. It would be it would add to the morally gray crisis, but we can just leave. But no, like the
Is
fucking
a choice we could make.
But like you choosing to tell Olan just specifically the surface details enough because you know how Alex plays his NPCs. You know how I play my character. You know how Tumult looks to the party. Like that's a level of nuance that is incredibly respectable. Like well done on that. And my last shout out is going to be to Alex of being, I know, buddy, I want to say nice things to my friend, of being both sides of the crisis for Lysander is so fascinating. I want to build NPCs like you when I grow up. but like being able to put me in that fucking tailspin of like, hey, here's everything that I'm handing you, and then to play kind of not even the opposite side of things, because Olan was kind of saying the same things, but like approaching it from like such a gentler sort of way of being able to have those conversations as such two drastically different NPCs, literally a week apart. Major kudos on that. Like that's a lot of thinking you've had to put into your world, your characters, getting into the heads of what would they like, what are their perspectives, even if it was to a certain degree on the fly. Even if you could do that on the fly, that's fucking wild and is incredibly commendable. So well done. For me, I felt like I hogged the time. I stole the DM for a little bit, but it was a cool and necessary interaction that like needed to come out, because I have like 2 lines of notes of, wow, my confidence is shaken. What do I want to do? And I didn't have like time or spoons to think about it. So even be able to verbally brainstorm it and kind of lay the seeds of that, of Lysander doesn't know what he's doing, is really important, both narratively and like for character development for Lysander. So I'm glad I kind of stole that little bit of time from Olan to be like, yo, what? And got thrown through the absolute ringer of like, hey, you will be my enemy, but I will get you out of here and I respect you for it. And it was like, what? Oh, that adds layers. So it was very cool. Well done. Thank you for perpetually giving me crises, my good friend. Now it's your turn.
Well, shoot, guys. This was a fun one. I had a lot of fun with it. There's a lot of stuff today that was, it was kind of this like long running string of fun moments. Shopping episodes and all that kind of stuff are always very much so just really chaotic. There's not a lot of structure to them. There's not a lot of jumping around. These episodes are a lot of time where all of us, we're just hanging out for these episodes, right? And like it's the same way for sessions for home games, I think, where everybody, like when you do those beach episode quote unquote sessions for your home games or for whatever, where it is just you hanging out with your friends and you're telling jokes and you're like talking about all the game plans for all the items you find and like what you're getting and why you're getting it. And you're talking about your character sheets, and it's just a bunch of people hanging out and like discussing this thing that they love doing and kind of embracing that side of things. And so I'm going to do something I don't do often, but I'm going to give all of you guys the same compliment today. You're all amazing people. And I know it may seem like a cop-out answer or something like that, but it's my favorite moments of this game and this campaign and everything we're doing is the moments that I just get to sit back and watch you guys and let your brains work and watch you guys have a good time and seeing the joy on your guys' faces. And you guys are all good enough D&D players, good enough players, like smart enough players that happens a ton, where there will be moments where there's half an hour of me sitting in dead silence, just listening to what you guys are saying, just watching what you guys are doing. And when it comes to the fact that those things happen even during like fucking shopping episodes, where Coda will buy a random item and then you guys go on a tangent of what is he going to do? How is he going to make this into a Garagak moment? How is this going to play out? The little side moments of role play as we jump between things, of like Ileana sending the notes, Tummel scrambling back to the boat so that he can be by himself. It's all you have these little moments and you play through them. And it always makes me so fucking happy that you guys know full well that I want you guys to interject those little things, that I want you guys to be having those little moments in character. And it brings me so much joy. So thank you all for bringing me just an absolute, just the most joyous experience every week that we play and we record. It's always such a peak of everything in my life that I get to come and do all of this with you. And it's because you're all such amazing people that I get to spend time with. So thank you for that. For me, I don't know. These episodes are always weird for me. right? Like as much as I do find joy in watching you guys interact and do those things, it feels mostly like my job is bookkeeping in these episodes. And I got to break out of that a little bit with like the Olan and Lysander conversation, obviously, and like the Coaxal like conversation with Tumult and stuff like that. But they're always definitely like background stuff for me where I'm just on D&D Beyond looking stuff up the whole time, or I'm like trying to set prices in my head, or trying to remember where I put these magic item tables, or trying to figure out where and what is going on and all that kind of stuff. And today that wasn't how it happened. I was still interacting with you guys. I was still keeping the story going. I was still doing things. And I got to use a table that I haven't gotten to use in a while, which was good.
I can't believe you made a Coda does wacky shit table.
Yeah, of course.
I absolutely can.
Coda's brain works on an entirely different level than mine, because he's smarter than me in that regard. And my brain goes to, I am an improver and an actor. Role play thinking on the spot. We're golden. I'm going to make it happen. It's going to be great. I want to swim into the ocean and throw my thunder hammer at the ground. I can't make good shit up for that on the spot. Of course I have a fucking table for these things so that I can spend time thinking about them. I guess the circling of all this is that my compliment to myself is that I was engaged today, and I'm usually really not for these kinds of episodes. And so the fact that I was still in character and having those moments, and I could jump in and out from, hey, we're role playing, hey, we're doing this conversation, to, oh, hey, I want to go do Gary's grab bags and have roll on his table, to Lysander and Olan, to, hey, what are you guys doing at the beach, to hit this, and like I was still very much so here and engaged, and that's a hard thing for me for shopping episodes and stuff normally. So good for me on that, I guess. I think that's it, guys. For those of you at home, thank you so much for watching these. I hope it brings you a little bit of joy in your life. I highly recommend you guys start doing this for your home games, or for if you do podcasts or streams or whatever, do it for those too. Even if you don't put it out for the world to see, just spend some time with your players and with your friends, talking about good things you did, telling other people good things they did. It's a very, very good positivity thing. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next Wednesday for another episode of The Dice That Bind Us. Bye, everybody.
Bye.